Okay, it started on Sunday morning. The mayor sent out some loudspeaker car that circles around my housing project for 2 hours that morning, warning people that they had to be evacuated because of an executive order. If they did not evacuate the building, they would have risked misdemeanor charges and a fine. I asked my sons if they wanted to leave. They wanted to stick it out. The lights went off that night. I was like, you want to go? They wanted to stick it out. We still had water.
At that moment?
At that moment. Next day, no water. I said, no, guys, we got to go. I can't have y'all in here with no water.
Right.
Lights a different story. We can make it and swing it. No water, we can't do it. We went to Seward Park. They took us in right away, didn't ask any questions. They helped us. Everybody who was there volunteering in Seward Park lived in the Lower East Side. They were great. They were wonderful. Gave us water, gave us food, gave us shelter, and then they had generators. They didn't have any lights on. They had generators, but later on that evening they told us that they were not guaranteed further resources to help us. That's when they moved us to 93rd Street.
Right.
Now the location was great. The volunteers there were mostly city workers.
Right.
They were not so nice. The volunteer city workers were not so nice.
Very rude.
There were citizens coming in off of the street to volunteer, just off of the street,
right,
from the neighborhood,
right,
to volunteer. They were bringing in donations, food, bottled water, clothes. They even brought costumes for the children. They brought candy for the children.
Food,
it was the people who lived here who did all of this for the children.
Mom, you in school property, you can't do the on the property. You cannot. I'm not.
At the 93rd Street shelter, they had the city volunteers working there. People from off the street came in and volunteered and brought in everything, even brand new clothes with price tags and things still on them. You know, making sure we were okay. And there was a nurse there or a doctor, Dr. Sheila, I don't know her last name, but my son has asthma, and she guaranteed that she had a pump there for him just in case, you know, he got an attack. She even came and checked on us the next day to make sure he was okay, and she even had the lunchroom give him certain food because he has allergies. I mean, she was really making sure, you know, the people there who were sick were all right. And the city volunteers were no good. They were showing favoritism, and they were also hoarding donations that were coming in. As soon as the donations came in, they would take what they wanted, put it in the bag, put it to the side, and just leave everything out there for everyone else. That's what they were doing. The people who came off the street to volunteer, they were wonderful. You know, they did the best they could in that situation. Nobody asked them to be there. They wanted to be there. They were wonderful. And then we had to leave from there. That was yesterday. And we came here. It was like a last minute thing. We came here. And when we came here, they warehoused everybody. People from off the street with mental illness, drug habits, drug problems, all in the same room. I didn't sleep last night. I was up while my children were sleeping. I didn't sleep at all. But the officers there, they were good. You know, they kept an eye on things, but I still wanted to do that myself too. But you know, they were good. The people who were volunteering here were wonderful. But most of these volunteers came from off the street. These were like students, college students, high school students, regular people who work, who don't work, who couldn't get to work because of the transportation that just came in to volunteer. And all day they were bringing in bottled water, good bottled water for us. Food, canned foods, things for the children, like little snacks and everything. You know, and they were just wonderful. They were just bringing little toiletries. I got lotion, I got soap, I got a little smell good. They opened the shower here for us. And I was upset though about the rooming situation, and I don't hold anyone there accountable. I hold Mayor Bloomberg accountable for that. And I know I got a little upset last night, and I let them know when I saw what was happening that if anything would have happened to me and my children, I was holding Mayor Bloomberg responsible for it. No one else there but Mayor Bloomberg. I don't care how many police they had on the scene. You know. But the citizens of New York, I just want to put on record, they are the best. I love the city, and it's not because of the government. It's because of the people who live here. They have made it really bearable for us. I haven't seen anything from FEMA. Everything that was given to me and my children from people who live here. Not from FEMA and not from city employees and not from the city government. And I'm very upset with Mayor Bloomberg for not saying anything to Con Edison. And I'm very upset about that he did not make one mention about anything or reprimanding or chastising Con Edison, that it took the governor to do that. Which makes me wonder how much money does he have invested in Con Edison? Because he was hush hush, hush hush, you know, and I'm very upset over that. Very, very upset. And I hold him up until I can get back to my apartment. Since he made me leave, I hold him accountable for everything. And I hold him responsible for everything. Not the police officers, not the volunteers. I hold him accountable for it.
Is there any, do you know when you'd be able to go back home?
Yes, I would like, thank you, Governor Cuomo. I really appreciate the nasty letter that you sent to Con Edison. We can go back home tomorrow. I appreciate that nasty letter, I really do. Great job.